what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another day on the farm. We, yesterday, got a lot of this, probably about half of this all tilled up. I was just checking my teeth in the back. I thought maybe I broke one or something because I was hearing a weird noise. I think I hit a rock, but looks like they're all good and nothing's loose. So we'll hop back up and continue plowing. That's the plan for today. It is the 4th day of spring. As you can see, the trees have all got their leaves now. We got some rain last night. Some storms came in over the night. It was a nice little shower. Oh, I don't know, maybe an inch of rain. Nothing too crazy. But kind of made this a little bit of muddy and soupy out here, so we're gonna try and plow as much as we can. But we might not be able to get much. If it starts to kind of bog up, then we'll have to find some other stuff to work on today. But we'll see what happens. Looks like it's doing all right so far. It's not beating up and kind of balling up in the back or anything yet, so luckily this area here still has grass on it, so that really helps fight off that water. If we were in another field that had already been tilled up and we were plowing that, probably wouldn't be able to get in the field right now. Probably would have to wait until tomorrow or so, would be my guess. We are in planting season, so as soon as the weather gets to working with us here, we'll be able to get in the fields. Hold on, I got a phone going off here. I got a text, I think. Let me check this. Hey Jake, thought I might ask if I could possibly chat with you about your aglands for seed and harvest info you shared with me yesterday. Alright, looks like Boom, the guy that we bought our equipment up from yesterday, wants to talk with us about that stuff. So let me just text him back and say, I can't spell absolutely, so we're gonna say sure thing. Should I meet you at your place in 15 or so minutes? Question mark. Let's see what he says to that. Looks like we might be running over to do some stuff for the co-op. Might have someone interested in setting up an ag plan and getting their farm all ready to go. So we'll see what he says here. What time we want to head over there for now. We'll continue plowing this up. If we get a text back saying sure thing, head that way, we'll probably pull off back up to the farm, park up the tractor, and head that way, as we have to go to the co-op, get in the co-op truck, and then head over to his place. So hold on. He texted us. Don't read text and farm, but I'm not going to be a good role model today. He said, oh yeah, that would be fine. I do live just outside of Burksville to the east, west I mean. Alright, cool. So looks like we can head on over there and chat with him about his fields, about his crop insurance, grain storage plans, and I mean everything. We'll talk to him about his herbicides and well, not pesticides, because we don't really have too much of that problem around this area. It's not something we commonly spray for. Do a lot of herbicides and fertilizer though, and we'll talk to him about seed options and his gestation period and yield count, maybe something drought resistant. We'll see. But let's go ahead and park up this tractor, get in our truck, head over to the co-op, get in the co-op's truck, and head out. And we'll talk with him about his farm and get him all set up to go. Pull in before this concrete truck gets here. Alright.
Alright. So, like we said, a couple of our fields we've been renting out lately, just because we haven't really. I've been trying to get settled in with my job at Platte Valley for a bit, but this was the guys here grew cotton last year. We got a pretty good revenue out of it. It produced fairly well. But we would like to just kind of get all these fields tested just to make sure, get all the numbers correct, so we're not planting somewhere where it's garbage.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have the deal right here with me, so I'll run out there, run a little bit of a test in a few different areas just to get some different readings. Come back to you, let you know what I found, and then I'll kind of tell you my thoughts and plan for this specific field.
All right. Okay.
All right. Cotton was planted here previously. Probably will need plowed again, just because of that. Let's see how it's looking. The soil health isn't all that bad. Could use the moisture's there. That's not too bad. Looks like this is nice. Pretty flat field. It's got a bit of a hill here, so we'll check the side of the hill over this way, kind of. Top side, and then we'll check bottom side right, kind of down over there. See if we're getting the same readings. Roughly. We'll run down here and check the bottom side of this hill now. Kind of, well, we'll go a little farther yet, kind of getting this flat plateau area. Right about here will do. Yeah, it looks like pretty consistent readings all throughout. So this field has been decently taken care of. Because it was planted with cotton last year, we'll have to see what's going to benefit. You know, he might need to apply some extra fertilizer or something, because cotton can be a pretty demanding crop type. So, all right, well, I just walked around and tested a few different areas.
All right.
This does have a very small slope, so I tested the bottom side and top side. Top side, kind of the side of the slope, as you can expect, was a higher clay content. That's how it always is, because clay is the water retention one. It's the strongest. It's the most. It's the thickest kind of soil that you have, and then silt, very nice down here in kind of the plateau area where it kind of flattens out a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
So definitely well taken care of field. Probably needs plowed, I would say.
Yes.
Specifically because it's cotton, and you're going to be planting a very different crop type. I would recommend plowing this in. Now you still do have the because it was cotton, you do have the dead crop here, which actually act as a nice fodder and a nice kind of nutrient boost to the soil when you plow that in, work it in, which will be great.
Oh, yes. Mainly how we plan to do this is I was going to run that. I was mainly setting up that disc, so I was probably going to do that either later today, or tomorrow. We were going to try and just disc over half of this, like disc over a majority of this field. Then probably more like tomorrow, we were probably going to hook up the chisel plow, and we were going to plow this whole thing, get all this restocked up, and possibly disc over it again just to kind of put everything back together. So we were going to disc. Then we're going to plow it up, and then we're going to pretty much flatten out again with the disc.
Okay. So we got some interesting options here. This was previously planted in cotton.
Yes.
Although, I will say, when I went around and I was testing it, and I was testing for its NPK levels and stuff like that, it must have had, I don't know if this was maybe a hay field for a while or something before it was cotton for a little while, or I don't know the history of this land, but its NPK was terrific. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't quite where we want it, but it was better than I expected, having cotton in here previously.
This mainly has been like the guys who we rented this out for last year, they were cotton harvesters, like they were cotton farmers. Majority of the years here before, though, I know before we bought this land, because we've been out here for, I'd say about 20-some years, 20, 30 years. Okay. And before we bought this, I would assume this was grassland before, but every time we've seen it, it's usually just been a regular root crop, soybean. Sometimes they had the wheat in here, but a lot of times it's just corn, soybeans. So this was a kind of a first or second time we've ever seen cotton here. But then we bought it, rented it out, just kind of get some of the money back off of it.
So this field specifically, what were you hoping to plant in here? Corn, soybeans, a different type of crop?
All of our crop this year probably is going to just be corn, because of the fact that we, like I said, we don't really have we don't have a good header that's been on sale yet that we could possibly snatch that could be doing soybeans. Otherwise, we'd probably be doing corn and soybeans. But this year, we'll probably just be planting all corn.
Okay, okay. So in that case, you know, looking at the history of this land with its NPK and everything, it's actually fairly well conditioned. It's almost as if the land looks like it hasn't been harvested, which is strange, which tells me that it was very well maintained and taken care of. So
we made sure that we kept it all in good order.
So no matter what you plant in this, whether that be corn, soybeans, whatever, I know you're going to plant corn, you're going to get a good yield off this. You're actually probably going to get above average yield off this crop, actually. Right. Afterwards, however, now, I as always, I recommend going corn and then soybeans, right? But let's say you wanted to go corn and then corn. It'll be fine. You are going to take a small hit. Okay, so you're going to take about a 0.14 hit on it.
Oh geez.
So
right.
1.0 is on our calculate, like on our curve, on our graph, is how we define perfect yield. Okay. So right now, your first crop of corn on this field, you're probably going to be getting about a 1.14. So you're going to be getting above average. You go corn again next year, you're going to be dropping that down to a 1.0, which is still perfect yield. But you could be slightly above perfect yield if you were to swap to another crop type, such as soybeans. Right. Now this this can be remedied a little bit with proper fertilization and stuff like that. We can help this out. You know, it's just nice it's cheaper for you to plant a crop that naturally puts it in instead of spraying it on artificially, right?
All right.
But yeah, corn's going to go great in this field. You're going to get above average yield for sure. Still would recommend when we go to plant this, because you had a previous different crop type in here and a rather evasive crop type as well. It's a different kind of root structure. Probably going to want to do a pre-emerge herbicide on it, okay? That's going to just prevent anything from growing, any weeds, anything, until your corn grows and then canopies over, shielding the ground. Once the corn canopy is over, you won't have to worry about weeds for the most part. Well, and from then, it'll be fertilizer. So.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next field up here. We'll probably go up to the 29 area. It's north of It's just north of town. And we will... Then we'll head down to the Jeffersons, and we should be good.
Sure thing.
So, all right. So this is, I believe they said that this was a wheat field originally last year. So this one was a regular root crop. They did get a pretty good harvest out of this one. So we're hoping that they kept the land nice. Like we said, this field we have not touched with at all. Mm-hmm. This is brand new land to us. We did survey it when they got it, and we didn't do probably as much testing as that you're doing. We just kind of went out here, tested some stuff, looked at the seed to see what kind of how the ground felt, if it was hard, if it was down. I mean, they had a pretty good year last year. They like doing their wheat. They usually use a lot of straw bales, but definitely go check it out again if you need to. Definitely use my gator. More than welcome to. I'll be just kind of sit here until you're done again.
Sure. I've actually been getting very consistent readings with these fields, so I probably won't have to walk all that far. I'll probably walk over, check this top side, check bottom side. And that'll be it, really. So let me do that real quick, and I'll let you know what I find.
All right.
So we're going to run over here. First, we're going to see what weeds are growing out here. Then we're going to check topside. So, same-ish weeds. Got some more Queen Anne's lace, which is not ideal there. But we'll check topside here. Not quite as... it doesn't hold as much moisture in the ground here, so... That's to be expected, though. This one really doesn't have a cover crop sitting on it, so I expect to see that. We'll run over here and check bottom side. And that's looking about the same. Better on the soil content, though, although this is a very gradual hill here. No need for any terraces or anything. So really only field maybe that'll need any soil conservation is that one we checked out previously, but we'll let them know what we see so far. And looks like this was previously... Yeah, this was previously wheat. So... And then it was a cereal crop before that. So it was a legume and then a cereal. Interesting. Alright, so I just went out and checked it, and pretty consistent readings overall, all your land here.
Alright.
Good moisture content, not as high as the one that had the withered crop in it, the potatoes. That's to be expected. You got some Queen Anne's lace out here again, so we're definitely going to want to put some pre-emerge herbicide on it.
All right.
So probably, I know some people like to run a fertilizer when they plant. We might run a pre-emerge herbicide for you instead when we plant. I don't know for sure yet. Well, it depends on what seed we get you. Some seeds are coated in a pre-emerge already. If that's the case, we'll just get you we'll run fertilizer through it. So it depends on what seed we'll end up getting. But
All right.
looking at this one being corn, let me just put it in my handy-dandy thing here. It was a wheat type, I believe, previous. Yep. And then you're wanting to do some corn in here. So yeah, you're gonna take a bit of a hit on this field. Okay, so we're not gonna get you to max yields. But you just bought this field, you haven't been maintaining it, so this is to be expected, right?
Alright.
It will need lime. Obviously it will need plowed up. I mean you could no-till this pretty easily. Although, since you're already going to be taking a hit on it, I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and plow it because you're going to get better results with that.
We plan to kind of everybody else this year. We plan to just do it our own. We didn't lease anything out. We're just going to see if we can't get something going on our own. So we're going to redo everything, start from scratch on all these fields.
That's a great idea. So this having been wheat previously and a cereal crop, and then going to corn, which is another cereal crop, they take the kind of the same requirements. So we're going to want to get you a spray down of some anhydrous or some fertilizer of some sort to get that nitrogen level back up. That was looking a little bit low, which means you're going to be looking at about a 0.95 yield on this. So you're about, what, 0.05 or so? You're about 0.5 below, right? 0.05 below what you should be getting.
Do you recommend anything like irrigation for any of these fields?
All these fields are actually sitting at a decent moisture level. It depends on how the weather rolls. You know, if we're looking at a drought year, you may want to look at doing some irrigation. We could, however, so the nice thing we can do for you is we can get you a nice GMO corn, which there's a lot of misconceptions with GMO. A lot of people think it's scary and bad for you. It's not. There's no weird chemicals or weird science going into it. Literally, it's, oh, this corn performed better when there wasn't as much rain, and this corn has a higher yield or a larger stalk or a larger ear, and they crossbred them. That's all it is crossbreeding, right? So really GMO is a poor term for it. It's actually just crossbreeding, which is extremely common. In fact, you know this, corn wouldn't even exist if we don't plant it every year. It would die out because it's a man-made plant.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, obviously you know this, but
yeah,
that's kind of the reason why. So we can get you a nice drought resistant just to be safe. It's not going to hurt your yield any on that. It's not really even any more expensive. In fact, it's cheaper than your standard non-GMO stuff, which you cannot find in corn anyways. So we'll get you some drought resistant just to be safe. If you do need irrigation, we do have some of that stuff, so you can come and use it. You can use our stuff, but no tiling really needed, except for maybe that potato field. I don't know. It's hard to tell because the potatoes were in there. It was a higher moisture content, significantly about 30% higher than these fields.
Jeez, all right. Okay.
But that's to be expected. If after this season it's still a very high moisture content, we might look at getting some drainage flowing for that field.
Right, that sounds like a good idea.
But yeah, this field is not going to perform quite as well as your other ones. Your other ones are going to be doing pretty well, above average. But your other ones doing above average are going to make up for this one doing slightly below average. So you're going to be still coming out on top. So I'll tell you what, you head back to your place, I'll head back to the co-op. We'll meet you up there, you show up, go ahead and bring out a trailer so we can load you up with the seed and the fertilizer and stuff, whatever you need, and then we'll figure out, we'll talk about, the last thing to talk about is crop insurance and then kind of a grain sell plan, okay?
So what kind of seed are you thinking I'm running here?
All right, so I've got the seed sitting in here. Now, we had a few different options for you. We could have gone, McCormick or Declan or something, but I think this Pioneer drought-resistant seed is going to be great for you. It is it's a long-term seed, okay? So it's, off the top of my head, it's about a 90-day, maybe? I think it's a 90-day seed or so. So this is going to be great for our area specifically. We have nice long seasons. If you were up north, you know, we would have been getting you a shorter seed, but that would have been a lower yield.
Yeah.
So this one should do good for you. It should get us the numbers that I was telling you on your yield. So this is what I would recommend.
How many of these do you think I'm probably going to need to be able to get through all these fields?
I pulled them out of store. So we actually, all of our seed is stored in large silos, and then we bag it.
All right.
Okay, so I actually bagged these and put them on pallets ready for you here.
Oh, shoot, so I had to take all 6.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Now,
all right.
Just thinking, because I'm thinking a high population. Now, I am actually going to have to do a little bit of correction because about the whole sunflower thing. I'm going to have to replace one of these with the Pioneer sunflower seed. Okay?
All right.
Might actually 1 or 2. I'm not entirely sure on the population that we want to plant those in. But your corn, we're going to go with a high population. That's why we're having you take so much seed. And if you do not end up using all of it, bring it back. We'll buy back the seed, you know. All right, so let's go ahead, fire this bad boy up. And nice and easy. Let's pull right around here and we'll pick up the first pallet right here on the ground. Now that one right there on the bottom right corner is going to be the one that we're probably going to just replace out with some sunflower seed. Oh, she kind of spun on me there.
Hey, also, just in case, you might want to get your forks a little lower. These things, I think I was running this a little. Oh, I've run one of these before. You need to get your you need to tilt your forks forward. The way this thing is set up is it looks like it's level, but it's not. There you go. Look, there you go. You should be able to get it now.
Alrighty.
Probably how I'm gonna do it is I'll stack them 2 high, but like 1 in width. So,
all right,
about the same as the tanks, but just 2 high.
Sure. We can do that. Let's turn that on. OSHA requirement. Work light. So we'll get this loaded up onto here.
Probably right about here or something. Right next to one of these. And...
Alright. Let's get that right up here. Right there will do. I can't quite see.
No, that should be. Yeah, you're in the middle. You're in the middle.
Alrighty.
You're like directly in it.
Alright, there's one. Let's not hit that. Nice and easy. Likely this isn't a very big skid steer.
Yeah, it's not really big, but it's also nice to get in compact areas.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing about it. Alright. Let's get this set of seed on the trailer. We'll stack this one 2 high. Nice and easy.
Alright, let me just make sure you keep staying on here. Alright, keep her coming towards the middle.
Hold on here.
Straight out to it.
Readjust a little bit. No, the lever on this thing is a little touchy. Slow it first, and then it just kicks into gear.
Alright, let me check here. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Alright, you should be able to set it down and it'll be level. Alright, I'll keep it on here and
you sure we don't want to push that forward a little bit? Looks like we're a little close to this side.
You can. I'd say put your forks down a little bit so they're a little more like pushing towards the thing. It shouldn't poke a hole. Oh, I'm gonna see if you can't back that out. If anything, I can just try and push it a little bit. Oh,
that's all right. We'll get this. Nice and easy.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, I can get this here. Let's give it a quick shove. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go.
All right, that one I need to
do a little shove this way too.
Place real quick. So we're gonna go for this one next. Gosh, Cannot see what I'm doing here. Let's go up a little bit. No, hold on. Come on now. Right up underneath that lip, there we go. Get this one loaded up. Nice tight turn there. Whew. I'll tell you what, after winter, this 53 degrees feels a little warm.
Yeah, luckily I got a... yeah, we'll just see if we can't get this lined up here. I gotta tell you, I like this little Massey Ferguson you guys got here. It's, I mean, obviously it's not the safest thing when it comes to, no cab, but still, it's a really nice little skid steer.
Yeah, cab would probably be a nice thing on it.
Thank you, good.
Now
I think I'll just give it a shove.
It's a little crooked here. Let's just kind of straighten that out there.
Alright, keep it going, and you should be a little more. A little more. Alright, you're good.
Alright. Nice and easy. Perfect. Got 3 more to load. One of them we need to refill real quick first, though. Alright, line this bad boy up. Perfect. Let's back it off.
I gotta tell you, man, you're doing. I've seen a lot. I've seen some people that can drive a skid steer, and you are definitely one of them. Trust me, it's not fun when you're watching somebody who has no idea how to drive one of these things. Oh,
that's a compliment me.
Hey, hang on. Let me give it just a shove here in the corner. Yeah. One more. Yeah.
It's a little hard. This thing is like right in my field of vision here. We above it? Should be. How are we looking on that right side though?
You're looking good. Just keep it coming up. You're just getting a little crooked. You're getting a little crooked. Let me get out. If you can, get a little more forward or raise it up a little bit. If anything, I can give it another little push. Keep it. It's fine if you bump the trailer and all. I can get some stuff, fix it with some stain. You should be good. Just put the forks down. A little more down on the angle. There you go. Should be good now.
That doesn't feel like it's gonna pull off to me. We'll see. Oh, yeah, it will.
Oh, hang on. Let me stand here in front. Kinda. There you go. Alright, we'll get this sucker strapped down. Can't keep it anything steady.
Alright, next one. Come on, buddy. This old thing, it gets a little finicky sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this one's up here crooked. A little bit crooked. It's alright. We'll get it. Let's hug this wall a little bit. Yeah, that one was up there crooked. But it's alright. We'll just have to... God dang. This building. Have to adjust when we pull it on here.
Now give me just a... yeah, you should be able to. Get this one over here a little bit. I might have us move this one just a little bit more towards the back half of the trailer. Sitting a little more towards the axle.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, just kind of put this one, if you can, like put the dead center right between these two wheel wells. Then I should be able to get the straps on.
Sure. See if we can't line that up. Right about.
Yep, that should be good. Yep, you're good.
Nice and easy. Oh.
Yep, that's gonna be perfect.
Little slip here. Alright, well, I'm gonna, real quick, swap this one over here out with a, with one of some flour for you, okay? Alright, we got that swapped. We'll bring that up here to his trailer and load them up. Final one. These ones will be the soybean, or the, not soybean, sunflowers.
Alright.
Oh, nice and easy. Back up here. Yeah, the foot feed on this thing's a little finicky.
Yeah, I can kind of tell. I mean, it is an older model.
Yeah, what do you expect, you know?
Alright, you look fairly straight on from this angle. Let me just check here, see how far you're up. I mean, if you can, just a little further up.
I don't know if I can, boss.
That's fine. We can give it a push with the,
Well,
on
now,
the pallet.
hold on here. Let me just hold on, and then I'll do this. We'll try and grab that about halfway so it don't tip. Easy. Well, don't be doing that. No, no, no.
You'll be fine. I mean, I can give it a little bit of a shove. Oh, she's getting...
I think we're
she's
spinning out.
Here.
Come on.
Thanks. There you go.
There we go.
I'll just give it... I mean, I'll try and see if I can't stand here. Just give that top up pallet, bottom of the bag, and even if you poke a hole and a little bit of hole in the bag, I mean, we can get some duct tape quick and patch it over it.
Well, all right.
See if we
Hold
can
on
push
here.
that a little bit.
I'll aim for the bottom of the pallet. That way we're not stabbing. Get what I'm saying here?
Yep. Okay, keep coming.
Oh. Hold on here. Try going a little bit more topside, maybe. Is that a little bit more?
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's good. Right there, right there.
Alright. Put this thing back in its shed here.
Alright, well, thanks again for all your help, getting all that stuff out. I'll probably get all this stuff back to the farm, get it unloaded, do all that, kind of get all some rest of this prep stuff up, and possibly maybe get in some ripping today.
Alright, yeah, I was disking out home, ripping up some ground, so I probably should resume doing that too.
Alright, well, thanks again for your help, and I guess I'll see you next time.
Alright, I appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Alright, we'll close this up. And we will wave him goodbye and walk down to our truck and head on home. Alright, well that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.